Good morning, everyone. Jason Matala bit here. I got a little lost in where I was. Probably too many tabs open, screens, etc. For those who know computers, desktops, a Mac. Good morning. And we've got Veronica here. And we're all on time. We've got Sarah here. Good morning. We've got Sharon here. Good morning. And beautiful Ketsa here. Good morning. And Nat this morning. Good morning. Wow. I have got the cards ready this morning. I was on time. So there we go. How's my hand? I snuck my splint off. I'm just sitting here with it laying flat because it was irritating me last night, which means the frustration must mean that it's getting better. But I can just do that with the thumb at the moment. I can't bend it inwards yet. A lot more physio to go yet, but I'm sitting here very carefully. The next appointment's tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm getting excited. So good morning, Diane. How are you? So let's progress, tune into your psychic senses, and we'll get going. The lighting looks very dull, doesn't it? It's raining. So the sky is actually quite grey out there. Now, move the screen to that one. And I've got a few extra cards for some reason. We'll start with the Owl card because that's the one that I love to start with. So those who fly solo have the strongest wings. Isn't it gorgeous? And certainly when you do put into action those wings, you are going to have them. God, not going to want to focus. Silly camera. Come on, what did just then? Anyway, those who fly solo have the strongest wings. Beautiful card. Now, I have pulled out the card from Leanne's deck, this one, the Inner Soul Guidance Oracle. And what it gave me was the snake. And the snake is about shedding your skin, prepare to heal and transform, and you are always evolving. And I thought, wow, when you see that, there we go. The synchronicity of the snakes today. So let's see what that actually reveals for us. Beautiful energies of the snake. And not as dour and sour and frightening as what we would first think because it's a snake. Right. Oh, we've also got, sorry, I'm going to show Rena. Good morning to you as well. We've got Sarah here as well. So beautiful people. She's saying good morning to each and every one of you. And good morning, Carol. It's wonderful to have you here as well. Looks like most of us who are regulars are on time, including me. Including me. So here we go. I've got 6 cards this morning because this one here wanted to be read. It was stuck to the rider card. So, and because I can't shuffle, that's just how it worked out. So Diane's saying good morning to Sarah there too. So here we go with the first card this is the home space with the cloud in it. We've got the rider and the stork in our workspace. Okay. Labyrinth is in the unexpected. We have the wise woman, the older woman, as your role, and we've got the snake as the outcome or that general feeling around the whole set of cards this morning. It is snake, especially doubled up with the other one. And we are using these from the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck. Okay. And we've got Sharon saying good morning to Sarah too. And here we've got Sharon popping in. Good morning to you. Good friend. Yes, I am your friend, even if I forget to ring back. Ah, dear. I call it just mental capacity. Not mental, the memory sometimes are just flying out the window. I just wanted to shift that up a little bit to get the full labyrinth feel because I was missing the top of that gazebo effect and I want that. It's not going to sit there properly. So anyway, got it closely, haven't we? So there we go. There's the good morning from Shaz. Good morning, my good friend. That scrolled up very quickly and then disappeared. Oh, a little interesting, the weirdness of some of these here. Yeah, because here's Sarah's. Did that scroll? Oh, because it's a bit longer, it's fitting in as one sentence. And yet, looking at my back end, looking at what's in the controls of the studio, that one should fit in as a full line. Anyway, that's only just by the by. Right, clouds. Yes, it's raining here, and it's in our home space. Not in the home. It is only raining outside. But we do have that is going to bring, well, does rain bring nourishment to the gardens and the rest? It certainly is what gardens need. What we all need is that beautiful water that does come from the clouds. It's that beautiful cycle of what is the natural effects of nature. It rains, fills rivers, reservoirs, we drink it, we can use it on our gardens and all that thing. And it rains and waters the gardens naturally anyway, direct. It's got many ways of being able to have its effect. And then that then evaporates and moves up into the sky as clouds again. The clouds are going to clear, though. We are going to have in our home space, we are going to have anything that's cloudy in our relationships, that we're going to have that clear and cleanse. And as if we are, we're needing sometimes those emotional times, those troubles, those challenging times to be able to give that cleanse and allow and help us to grow. So it's a similar thing to a garden, but it's more related to, sorry, I just had to move my arm. Not good on my shoulder. It's been stressed. We've got Jessica here as well. Jessica, I don't do individual card readings for this session. It's a general card reading only. And Sharon, you couldn't see Sharon's comment? You got the two Sharons here, haven't we? And Kerry Ann, good morning to you too. And yeah, Shaz, no watering does bring death to plants. So I've moved my little miniature roses in their pots away from the side of the door and brought them out to the veranda so I remember to water them. Yes, point taken. Yes, you do need to water them or put them in the way of the natural watering system called clouds and rain. So true, so true. So allow that cleansing and, the watering of your relationships with the people who you love and who are dear and near and dear to you, even friends. So we're going to move over to the workspace as well, because what we've got here is the rider. As you can see, the rider is here, all possibilities riding on that rainbow. And we've actually got something that's going to come in as an important message. And I think what the stork is letting us know with that one in that space is that important message is going to bring us some change. So you need to be aware of that and ready for it. So here we are from Leah. Good morning as well. So thank you so much for your good mornings, people. I very much appreciate it. And this message I'm feeling is going to be pretty much a changer, a big changer. So if there is something in your work that you're wanting to decide is a big choice, take it forward with the possibilities that there is in that, because the rider really does set you free with the message, as well as being coupled with the stork that is about change and rearranging and shifting for a new start, even, for that, like it's a baby, but it's, you're getting ready for. So that change is going to bring forward either a beautiful new pathway or great new ideas or different direction in what you're doing with your work. Same place, different direction, all sorts of possibilities there. So certainly you do need to actually be open to that and and hearing, seeing, feeling the possibilities. Myra, it doesn't matter if you're late. It's always recorded. I don't take them off. I don't edit them either. So you'll get what started from the start on replay. So you can always do that. And hi to anyone else who is going to be playing this as replay. Narelle, good morning to you as well too. And thanks for sharing, Myra, because it is something that's very much appreciated, and even further afield, not even just on the Facebook space. It is on YouTube as well, and sometimes I might put that elsewhere, like share it into Twitter and places as well. I have done that. I don't do that regularly, but the more the merrier, I suppose, that do get messages like this that might mean something quite big for them at the end of the day. And what you're doing, Rena, today is working out of the office. You're usually out on the road in a different role. You're working in the office, usually out on a different role. You don't know what possibilities you might find in being in the office too, isn't it? Now we're moving up to the labyrinth. That's the unexpected. And here's another changeway, pathway, direction. Labyrinth is, those old little puzzles we used to do. Well, I did in the puzzle books that were the mazes. I loved them. I still do if I get my hands on them, but I don't spend time on that as much anymore. But here you can see that there's so many different changes of directions in all spaces and places. You just don't know when it's going to pop up in this sort of situation of walking the labyrinth. You've got help if it's available. If it's there, ask for the help if you're needing to, especially in this situation where you might need some help with that changes, even if it's just chatting to someone else about what to do, just to get advice. Of course, you'd only chat really with someone if it's a really life-changing situation where you're making a decision. You'd make sure you were talking to a friend or colleague that was very much able to keep the confidences, not let things be spread around like gossip. So that's what I'm feeling there. I think that in this labyrinth, once you get to that centre, you might come upon that type of friend who would be able to give you that sort of listening ear and sound advice. I think that's where the wise woman is coming into it. And just listening ears. It really does take that time sometimes to take it out and sit with and listen. But you've got to get there first, don't you? So be attentive to your pathway and getting there to what's rest time, and then even leaving that labyrinth if you feel that you need to spend time right away from it. Okay. And that could be partly what the big change is too. But remember, this is the workspace. So everything else, that is going to be clearing and cleansing. That could be what the unexpected's meant for, is for your home space and those relationships. Because we're moving into the wise woman, our role is that feminine energy that is the more aged, learned, maiden, mother, crone. It feels to me like this card really does represent the crone age, that third trimester of life, if you like, because I think for most of us, we do understand that we're we're in an age where lifespan is, can be 80, 90, even 100 years for many. So I sort of split it up. 30, we sort of feel like we're coming up to our prime, and in our prime in our 30s, and then when it comes to the 60s, in that next 30 years, you really are maturing and gaining that wisdom through the life experiences with that further understanding. And then, from the 60s onwards, I'm feeling it's really so freeing, and being able to spend more of that time being that crone, that wiser woman in my case, or a wiser man. It's really picking up on reflecting time and sharing it, because it's not something we have to keep to. I think it's not something we have to keep to ourselves. It's something we need to share as our responsibility for the next generations, and not losing that lineage, even though we don't need to be doing things and passing on advice as if you must do it this way. This was my experience. It feels like that, just sharing what you yourselves have been through in your lifetime, and up to that, the wise times, the wise age, to be able to actually just share the possibilities. And here we go, the rainbow of possibilities. And as we're moving into that is our outcome, what is going to be by the end of our day. Oh, I just noticed your comment. Sorry, Sharon, you're in Facebook jail again. 1 minute I am, the next I'm not. Weird. Oops. Oh, so that means you're being set free right now. You're able to fly free with whatever you want to do and start again multiple times. Sometimes that is what it takes. And each one is an experience of itself, isn't it, in life? we each have our own unique experiences of how we came to be who we are in where we are right now, being present in our moments, being present in, at the end of the day, being present in our awareness of, the learnings, the what we can sit down and say, look, this is what's happened. I'm looking at the apples and they're feeling like those little incidences throughout the day. And there's the snake just protecting its past. As you can see here, it's actually looking out away from these apples. And if I'm using it, it just feels like it's just, these are the experiences that we've had. And as we're looking at the end of our day at what has been, it really is still continuing, that we need to be continuing to look forward and dealing with that is our day already past, as history, but that it is building on who we are and gaining our strength. The owl that flies solo is the strongest, has the strongest wings. The snake, as it grows, continues to shed its skin and become renewed and new and ready for that next stage. So that's what it's feeling like, that it's the acknowledgement and awareness really of, with the help of this more gentle feminine side, not the aggressive masculine sort of, because we all know that there is that difference biologically, emotionally, and everything between male, female, and it's for purpose. It's for purpose of balance and being able to bring all of that together in who we are. So here we've got a multiples of the fruit of the tree of our experiences in our day that, by the time tonight is, we'll say, even this moment is a learning and growth for me, etc. And, doing my exercise, the learning and growth for me in having the hand repair or the thumb repair. All those steps are part of our completeness and who we are. And that is in this snake at the 8. There is an infinity of who we are. There is an abundance in who we are. And we're just needing to be able to tap into that and that is moving into that inner space, that soul being of who we are too. With an awareness and understanding for ourselves to be gentle and kind, to be loving, gentle and kind with that beautiful, soft, feminine energy. The strength of it. Okay? So that's what I'm feeling is that last one. Interesting. It's a gentleness. It's a softness. And still, taking the breath. Now, if you ever have any questions around what the cards are and the rest, I do have a card reading group that's a private group. I haven't worked in it and got it going really as a discussion group, but it can be. And if you have any questions around the cards and that type of thing, very happy to do that. You do need to ask to be allowed in, but it's rosboundy card reading group. You'll find it there somewhere. Or even under each of the different spreads on the day to ask questions. It's fine. And thank you, Keza. Wonderful to have you here, because sometimes you don't quite understand it until you've gone through, what the card might have meant, what the cards might have meant as the story, or one that really your focus, your eye goes to. What does that mean? What's it mean in context of that you were thinking of at the time, that sort of stuff. So thank you, Sarah. Lovely to have you here too, and being part of this what's growing family. Thank you. Continue sharing, spreading it out that I do these every morning. It's just so lovely to know that there's people watching. And, one of the wonderful things with the system is it tells me, it's got a little eye that tells me I've got so many people watching as live, and it's wonderful to have that show up. It's growing. Good morning, Kat. Lovely to have you here. And Sarah, thank you for your presence as well. And Nat, thank you. Whoops, that one flipped off. Thank you. It is a beautiful spread, and just the fact that there's the 2 on our workspace, it really gives us that little bit more of a fullness in what the reading can be for you today as well. So thank you, Leah. Great to have you here too. And Veronica, and to everyone else. Thank you, Myra. And just go back to watch that first part, skip up to about the 3-minute mark, maybe we get to talk about the cards, do the spread. Look, it just depends. What do you want from the regular card spread? Just to hit up to where I start the reading interpretation, or, there's, what do they call that on replays? It's called scrubbing along to where you want to start. In my YouTube, I do tend to put the chapters, or I have done over time, where you can hit a little timestamp thing and jump straight to the section. You don't get that here in Facebook, but anyway. And thank you. Hope I have a lovely day. Thank you. So I'll continue onward with my day. I'm going to be Googling with my business and other things today. As you know, it was Sharon, wasn't it, that you mentioned you're in Facebook jail and Facebook goes down a lot and all the rest. It really is just a reminder, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So I am spreading my wings and certainly flying solo in that to a degree, but I'm having a little bit of help with some others. The Body Soul app and certainly the Google My Business is going to be a big friend of mine shortly too, just so that we can actually spread our wings. And I think if you're in the same realm of doing things on the internet, it's possibly a very good piece of advice for yourselves too. So, and being able to share the different ways we can do that, it would be a good idea. Thank you. And Kerry Ann, I'll finish with yours there. So everyone have a lovely day and namaste. I'm just going to bring it up very carefully. Where's the camera? There. Namaste until tomorrow. I might not be, I'll still be. My appointment in Adelaide's not till 10:30. So wonderful. We'll see you tomorrow and be the best you that you can be. Bye for now.